the Lions made this move for Big Z.
Yeah.
Za'Darius Smith back in the NFC North once again. Walk me through I mean, I can figure what their thought process is, but walk me through the why of this and the Browns coughing him up.
They being the Lions, since the Aiden Hutchinson deal, were nosing around looking at all kinds of edge rusher possibilities. This one seemed to make the most sense for them in Za'Darius Smith, a guy who's got experience, a guy who's got the ability to do a number of things for you up front. And this was just a matter of how would the compensation be finalized over the last couple of days here. So a lot of folks expected this to be consummated at some point before the deadline. And this morning finally agreed to the swap of the 7th and 6th round picks and the Browns getting a 5th back in return, if I've got that correctly, if I'm remembering that correctly. So this made the most sense of all the options that were on the market. I mean, look, we knew a couple of weeks ago that Myles Garrett was not going to be moved, that the Cleveland Browns were making it clear this was a franchise cornerstone pass rusher who's got plenty of good football left. He wasn't going anywhere. So at that point, it was, okay, who can they move? Za'Darius Smith making the most sense, and the Lions being the most sense for where he would wind up.
Do we know if the Lions shot the moon and asked for Myles Garrett to start? Or what?
I would anticipate they were one of the teams that asked about him. I know teams did ask about him, and the Browns made it crystal clear, like, you're really going to have to absolutely blow us away with an offer, and no one making that offer, obviously. So, no, I don't know specifically if they asked, but I know that the Browns did receive feelers because folks said, okay, well, are they going to start to sell off some of the key pieces? And they said, no, we still believe we are a competitive team in 2025. Why would we get rid of that guy?
So what does the edge rush market look like now that I guess the biggest name, if you will, available has gone? What does that look like right now with a few hours to go, Mike?
The one I'm looking at is Azeez Oari with the Giants, Rich, and there has been interest in him. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. He's going to make a bunch of money, period, whether it's with the Giants, although they have 2 edge rushers, one of whom they've already paid, one they're going to have to pay in Kayvon Thibodeau. So I just don't see the Giants having the money to get this done. So I believe in March we're going to be talking about Azeez Oari making a bunch of money because he's on his way potentially to double-digit sacks to pass his previous career high of 8. And there is interest in him now, but the Giants are holding out, saying we're not going to give him up for a 6th or a 7th. That's not high. I believe a 5th winds up getting it done if someone's willing to go there. To this point, no one has been willing to meet that asking price. So that's the guy that could come in and potentially provide some pass rush help. Now, you might say, well, why would the Giants hold on to him at this point? Because they don't know how Kayvon Thibodeau is going to come back from that wrist injury. I know this is not a team we're looking at to be in the postseason, but they still want to be competitive down the stretch here. And for him, it would make sense to be on a front with Dexter Lawrence creating havoc, and you could pad those stats. So I don't think he's going to be upset if he's not traded because that'll help him set up his market for this coming spring.
So not to stray, but this is kind of an important question for me professionally as well. Not going to see Kayvon Thibodeau in Germany then? I mean, I know that he can get off of IR now with that wrist that needed surgery, but not likely for me to be calling his name
understand
Sunday?
that I understand that there's still some concern with him coming back from that wrist issue there, and that maybe he's not fully there. So I would, if he doesn't play this weekend, I wouldn't be surprised. They do have the bye after that, if I'm getting that correctly. Both teams have a bye after this game, if I'm not.
Yes, sir.
So perhaps after the bye, we wind up seeing Kayvon Thibodeau, but we'll see.
No, they both have a bye. No question about that. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.